Hey guys, Moltrap here doing another audio commentary, and before I get started, in case there's someone who's never seen this stuff before, I just want to give a quick rundown real quick. What you're seeing right now, this is a pro Korean StarCraft game. In Korea, the game StarCraft is so popular, and it's been so popular for so long that it's become what's called an e-sport, where there are actually professional players who practice 8 to 12, sometimes more hours a day, and they actually do this for a living. They're on teams, and they're in tournaments, and they get paid on the teams, and there's usually big money prizes for the tournaments as well. And it's only in Korea that it's this big, so myself and several others do English commentaries, kind of talk over the Korean games, so that people that are new to it can kind of get a feel for what it is and what's going on, and basically not be completely wondering what the hell is happening. And this is a match for those of you just tuning in. By the way, I did mention that there are several of us doing it now. For those of you that haven't caught on all of it, there's it's basically there's a lot of us now. Okay, there's myself. Okay, there's Klazart, of course. There's Diggity, and then there's Rise is actually new. He's doing them now. He's one of the guys from SC2GG. So check out him. He's at youtube.com/SC2GG Rise, RISE, and yeah. So check that out, and also of course Psionic Reaver also getting into it as well. So that makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us, and sometimes I'm not sure if Gretz is doing any of the pro games, but he might be doing some as well, and we have a couple other people that might start them as well. So yeah, and definitely check all them out. And if that's too confusing to subscribe to everyone on YouTube, you can go to sc2gg.com, and basically all of the games from all the commentators will be listed there eventually, so you'll be able to catch everything there. Now, getting back to the game here real quick, Stork is the player in purple on the right side, and unfortunately my color theory has recently been completely shattered, so I won't go into that too much. And Rumble is the teal Zerg on the bottom of the map at about 7 o'clock, 6:30 perhaps, and Stork has actually gone for 2 gates here, and a bit of a bold move. Usually Protoss lately I've been almost exclusively doing fast expand with a forge and getting that expansion up, but it's basically it's going to be easier for him to take that expansion later on, because he's got a real small ramp and to get into his door, into his base, and then his expansion is actually down behind his base, so even if this doesn't work out that well, he can still put up some really small, I guess, defenses, and be able to block off that ramp really easily, and you won't have to worry too much if there's a counter. So yeah, and Stork coming in here, and spawning pool looks like just getting up here, so he's gonna be able to get in there. And oh, okay, so he did put up a sunken colony there, and so that sunken colony is going to drive off that zealot, but in the meantime Stork is able to kind of drive off those drones for a moment there. I don't think that's going to hurt Rumble too much. Stork, by the way, a very good player, for those of you that haven't heard of him, and Stork persisting with these zealots, though. It looks like he may be trying to kind of rack up enough zealots that he can actually go in there and kill off that sunken colony. Well, it'll be interesting to see if Rumble decides to put down another sunken or not. 4 zealots, no, 5 zealots, possibly more on the way. We'll have to see. Yeah, Stork, very good player. His versus Zerg is the matchup that he's lacking in the most, and so a lot of people say that he has bad versus Zerg, but I really don't think it's that bad. It's you know, it's not the best, but I mean, if you go back and look at his record, he's only lost to the best Zergs basically. And going in here trying to pick off a drone, and then Rumble kind of on the spot, pulling his drone away, and still persisting with the zealots. He's pumping in several zealots here. Very similar to the build that we saw him do against Jaedong actually in their finals, but Jaedong did beat him when he did this build. He hasn't accomplished anything. He hasn't killed any drones. He's only forced Rumble to build 1 sunken colony, which isn't that big of a... well, and he's forced him to build a lot of lings actually as well. So that's something that slowed Rumble down as well, I imagine. But he still only has that 1 sunken to go with the lings. So really, if Stork persists in this, he might actually be able to pull this off pretty easily. Okay, Stargate going up for Stork now. So wow, really interesting. If he can use those zealots to keep, okay, Lair going up for Rumble. I was going to say if he can use the zealots to keep him from getting much tech for a while, then he might be able to use those Corsairs to really do some damage to the overlords there. And we might see some overlord, some zealot corsair action, which would be actually a pretty good combination to go with. Rumble, by the way, since I didn't get to introduce him too much, he's a relatively new player, but he's been doing pretty well on the scene lately. And Stork going in here, trying to snipe off some drones here, and he's actually not going to snipe off some drones. He's fallen back now, and it looks like Stork has blocked off Rumble's ramp. A battle coming in here. I think Stork's definitely going to come out on top on this, though he's got a lot of zealots there, and zealots just, you know, they pour zerglings into a bowl in the morning and pour milk over it, or maybe the blood of the innocent, and then eat it for breakfast like cereal. And so yeah, see, there's Stork going down in the back of his base there to take his expansion, and the Dragoon, the Dragoon got the Overlord. So Stork taking out a lot of zerglings though, and Rumble is going to have to put up something else, I think, if he's going to... Stork really has caused him to put down a lot of stuff with these zealots here, and he's been playing a lot smarter than he did with his zealots against Jaedong, I think. And he hasn't let them get killed. He's been keeping them back and basically kind of blocking off his ramp. And in the meantime, though, Rumble teching up in the back. He's got that Hydros Den, and that's going to be bad news. Unless Stork can get his zealot speed upgraded, they're going to be pretty vulnerable to the Hydralisks. They'll be able to kind of micro around and pick away at the zealots, especially with that sunken to fall back to. But now he's got a Dragoon going in here as well, and huge battle going in here. This battle is going to decide this match, basically. Looks like Stork is going to come out on top. He's got almost all the Zerglings are dead. He's attacking that sunken column with only one zealot, but as soon as those Zerglings are dead, he's going to be able to focus on it, and that sunken is going to go down. He doesn't even take out the Corsair, so wow. So Rumble is basically getting owned. There's still 4 or 5 zealots in his base, and he is not mining from his main right now. He did just get his Spire up, though, so it's possible he can bust out some Mutalisks real quick, and maybe come back in this, but I don't think that's going to happen. Stork just has too many zealots, and he's taken out that sunken column, which was basically the only thing that was keeping him from just running around. And Stork, very, very good at using his zealots to kind of pick away at buildings and then attack the units, and then pick away at the buildings, attack the units. And here's just kind of a random, crazy free-for-all melee going on with zealots and lings in all sorts of different places. Both players trying to micro their units around a little bit, and at the very least, even if Stork, it looks like Stork's zealots are going to get killed here, but no, he's got a couple more coming in, and I don't know if Rumble has the resources really for this. He's got that hatchery going in the back of his base, but I don't think it's enough. And here, yeah, he doesn't have enough basically to make any Hydralisks right now, or he hasn't chosen to, I guess, because of the zealots on the ground. And so that one Corsair, I hope they show what his stats are. I want to see how many kills that one Corsair has, but because it probably has 4 or 5 Overlord kills already. And wow, so Stork, you know, like I said, his Protoss versus Zerg is not bad in my opinion. It's you know, everyone says he sucks because it's his worst matchup, but really, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that bad. And this, when he loses that spawning pool, that's basically it. So yeah, this is going to be it for Rumble. A very interesting play by Stork, and I don't think he probably would have gotten away with it if it had been a different map, but he was able to take an expansion on this map, and well, he might have been able to get with it on a different map, depending on the circumstances, but yeah, it was basically, he knew he could try it, because he could easily block his ramp off, and now he's going for more Dragoons here. Once he takes out those Lings, the Dragoons will pretty much be able to just run around and kill everything. Ling's pretty good against Dragoons, but yeah. Yeah, not much. I mean, they'll eat Hydralisks, and they'll eat that Mutalisk alive as well. So there goes the Mutalisk. I'm not sure why Rumble has not GG'd yet. I guess it's probably because Flash beat him before, and he wanted to try and stay in the match. So that means that Rumble goes down 0-2. Stork goes up 2-0. So basically, Stork is practically a shoo-in for advancing to the next round, and Rumble is practically a shoo-in for getting out. I'm not sure of the details of the grouping, but sometimes it happens where there's one person that's 3-0, and then there's 3 people that are all tied at 1-2, and then there'll be a tiebreaker between those last 3 people. But I don't think that's going to happen, honestly, because yeah, probably won't. Probably what's going to happen is Stork, well, you know, it might. We'll have to see. But in any case, Stork going up 2-0, though, definitely there's almost no way that he can get out of this group now unless someone else... well, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think if there's like an 0-3, and then there's 3 2-1s. So if Flash beats Stork, and then Rock loses to Rumble. No, Rock beats Rumble. Then yeah, okay. So then Rumble would be 0-3, and the rest of them would be 2-1. And in that case, they'd have to do a playoff, and then Stork would still own everyone and continue on to the next round. Okay. Well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that game. Thanks for listening.